Ma walo tau sanga o tau tua le whaalapu putunga ane Legal Aid I Amerika Samoa. O te whaatalo whantu I le mai mua tāmpo I mai o le tāntu tunuu, I le nei fo I vaenga o le awhiawhi nisi neu whaapuponga o tāntu tala mai lau KVZK. Na whaalie tau tasi archi soli ai o se sui le Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council. Le tāua tele o le toi te tala ino son le whangota mo le tamau ai ngā le territory. E silia ma le fitus 40% o tuna lo o ngausia I le whaletu apa a le territory o lo o maua mai I wa whangota Amerika. I le aso suma le fito le masino a Aprila na whaalau ilo ai e le Presidente ia Trump le toi te talaino whainga whaiva whaapisinisi I le Pacific Island Heritage Monument le asa ta ua mua le Pacific Remote Island Marine National Monument sa whaatui nei le tausanga luafe maleiva ma whaalau te lei nei le luafe se furu male wha o le nei maa wha manatu na whaatapula ai na whainga whangota whaapisinisi o le whai unga fau lea ua mawhai ai o na whangota wa a Amerika I o ngā sami e lima se fulu le luse lau maila tau tai mai a tumotu Holland, Baker, Jarvis, mai si a tunuu. Lea sa whao ngā I tala wha asoropito e wa a Presainas mai Amerika Samoa. O le nei whainga wha ataitai wa wha moe moe matua wha atelei nā wano whai ngā duenga e te tonu le a tunuu ma wha le leia le sauka le mua me ai tau mawha mo le a tunuu. Kini si o tala o le aso mua le masino me o lo whaamanatui nai e le American Samoa Legal Aid le se fulu tau sango lana tautua mo tangata anu o Amerika Samoa. O le nei aso whaamanatu e whetau I le lava ma le aso whaaletu la fono a le atunuu. Ma o se whaamoe moe whaale tau sanga e whaamamalu ai le tu la fono ma whaamalo si ai le malamala matilia tangata I whainga whaaletu la fono I nei le atunuu. O le Official American Samoa Legal Aid o se whaalapu putonga po le non-profit organization e tu inatu au unanga whaaletu la fono whaale malo e au noa masi tutongi mo te gata e maua lalo tupe maui Amerika Samoa. E o mai le teminei, ua whesonsoani I le iwa afe ono se lau tolu se furu ono tangata I nei le territory. I se whaamtalanga talua I nei na ta ua le whaalapu putonga e whaapea I le tausanga lua o lua wha na tu inatu ai whesonsoani whaale malo ia ila tau e afe ono se lau lua se furu lua inisio mata upu. E tausa ma le valu nisi o vaenga e tau lai ai le ngā rurue ma le sila le nei whaalapu putonga e au fia ai le whaatu mauina le mautu o le tamau ainga o ainga ma tangata taito tasi. Mauaina o tausinga whaale soifo mararoi na mo ainga ma tangata taito tasi. O le isi vaenga o le whaasauina o le saunga le mu ma le mautu o ainga ma le langolangoina o abanoa taua o onga. O le American Samoa Legal Aid o loo vaavai le komiti whaatonu e toa lima au na sui e au fiaile te ifono ia Marion McQuire Ale, loia o Christy Thaxton o Nathaniel Savali whapea ai ma le loia le malo ia tawhai mamao tua tupuola me Larry's le toa. Na asia le sui au Amerika Samoa le Congressional ia I whaantali au mua amata Israelu taluai nei ma o se vaenga o au malanga I lua mo furutanga ma le palemio Israelu ia Benjamin Netanyahu. Na whetawile asi singa ma le aso whaamanatu le Holocaust a o iai I Israelu na whailua iai fwoi le au malanga ma ai ngol tangata na ave whaapango ta I le taimi o so whainga le aso fito le masino o ke topo le tusanga lu o lua tolu. Ma siasi atua I le official ampasa Amerika le na lato whaafeilua iai inisio le malingi o lo ngā lulue ai. O le sui e toa valu o le au malanga na teita ia e le teita I o le pāti whaate mukalasi ia Hakeem Jeffries na amata I Lonetona ma au fia ai fo I maasi singa I Jordan ma Tenimaka mo taranoanga ma teita ia tunu teitasi. Na matua whanga e tia lava le iai I Israelu mo le whamanantui na Holocaust Memorial Day e manatu ai mea uma na ono sa ia e tangato Israelu ma tangata Iutaia I le lalolangi ato ai le tausanga luafe, tausanga o mawai. Ai mai se lava I le taimi matautia le Holocaust I le taua lona lua le lalolangi. O le Holocaust Martyrs and Heroes Remembrance Day e aveo se whabanantu whaana tausanga mo le whaitau miliona na mariliu I le taimi le Holocaust ma whaamalu ina le lo tutele o le te e utaia na taua e le suia wao Amerika Samoa le Congressional o Israelu se paanga autu a Amerika ma o se malo te mokalasi taua i le tulangi. E tātu tala mai ia pia ua te ena le wha masinonga mawalunga Samoa le talo sanga a le li whai pisilisi e fitus fufatu sanga le matua o Roderick Ignatius Mackenzie le olo whengai ma mōrianga e whaatatau le awinatu le i tutono Samoa o whala au whaasai no le eisa. Se au terenga nei o le reporti. O le masino Januari le asolo se furuiwa le tausaga nei. Sa pu e ina masaisai e malo le malo ni whala au whaasai no le eisa e tusa mal se furu kilo kalama. Na talo sanga ina e le loia le malo se whaatananga mo ia e malanga maiai Amerika Samoa mo ni siaki whaafo mai ma o foina atu se asisinga ma whaamaunia mo lona toe fo iatu. Ai ui ileana te leo leo i le talo sanga ma ta uai popolenga e uinga i le leto e fo iatu. Na te ene le awhionga le whaamasino ia leo tele mata tuantanga loa le talo sanga ma ia whaamamawhai leo ngaunga le mata upu leo wa whaatulanga i fofonga inai i le masino se tema o le tausanga nei. Ma o tātou tala muli o renea fiafi o tala mele Pasifika. O le popolenga o le matagaruenga o whamalanga i nā fiti le temi nei. O le whaatupla i ole numero tangata mai atunu i whafo ua mai ale au ngao lātou visa. Na whaamawhaina le sui whailau tusi tu mau. Le to telo tangata mai atunu i whafo lo sa ili i ngāruenga atu i fiti. Pei tai le whaatanainga e tūla whono tau whamalanga i na ngāruenga ele i whaamaunia. Au wha moe le malo e wha ato sinatu i a tangata a to mai wha apitoa ina ia ngarulu e fiti o le usita ia lao nei tu la fono e mana o mio na uia. Na una ia e le whailau tusi la tauolo i tutono le atunu e au noa mani pe mita wha amaunia e wha amautu o la tu pepa malanga e alo ese ai mai wha alavelanve i le toe ulu whale atu i fiti. Sa ia lapita ia fo i ngā yoinga e wha sanga ia i la tau o lo nofo wha asori tu la fono i tutono fiti. Usi mai alau mai moe se vai ngole tātu tau, whape fo i tūla ngole tai di nea fiafi. Ma le whaunga nau tātu tala mai lau KVZK te motu seisio na whaupoponga i le aso antai au manui a tele au whai ngā malolonga re nea fiafi. Tō whāsei fua.
President Trump reopens fishing at Pacific Islands Heritage Monument. American Samoa Legal Aid will celebrate 10 years of service on May 1st. Talo Falava and welcome to your evening news here on KVZK TV. Tautasi Archie Soliai, a member of the Western Pacific Regional Fishery Management Council, highlighted the economic significance of reopening fishing zones. Over 70% of the tuna processed at the Pango Pango cannery is sourced from U.S. flagged vessels.
On April 17th, President Donald Trump announced the reopening of commercial fishing in the Pacific Islands Heritage Monument, previously known as the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. Established in 2009 and expanded in 2014, the monument had restricted commercial fishing. The new decision allows U.S. flagged vessels to fish in waters 50 to 200 nautical miles off Howland, Baker, Jarvis, Johnston, and Wake Islands, which have historically been used by the Purseiner fleet from American Samoa. This strategic move is anticipated to significantly boost local employment opportunities, enhance food security for the community, and establish a fair competitive landscape against foreign fishing fleets that operate in the vicinity under less stringent regulatory frameworks. Tautasi highlighted the critical economic implications of this initiative, noting that an impressive 70% of the tuna processed at the cannery in Pango Pango is sourced from U.S. flagged vessels. He emphasized that while these newly reopened fishing zones are located approximately 900 nautical miles from American Samoa and fall outside its exclusive economic zone, they play a vital role for the U.S. tuna fleet based in the territory. The reopening of these zones not only fosters job creation and strengthens food security, but also ensures a level playing field against foreign fleets and exploit regulatory loopholes just outside U.S. waters, where they are subject to far less oversight and weaker regulations. This reinforces the importance of maintaining a robust and sustainable tuna industry in the territory, benefiting both local workers and the broader economy. Joyeta Fengay Mali with your news on KVZK.
The American Samoa Legal Aid is celebrating 10 years of service to the people of American Samoa on May 1st of this year. This anniversary coincides with National Law Day, an annual event that honors the rule of law and fosters a deeper understanding of the legal system.
The American Samoa Legal Aid Office, a nonprofit organization, provides free civil legal services to low-income residents of American Samoa. To date, it has assisted close to 10,000 individuals. In a recent statement, the organization noted that in 2024, it provided civil legal assistance to 1,622 residents on various new and ongoing matters. The Legal Aid Office focuses on 8 key priorities for its free civil legal services: maintaining economic stability for families and individuals, obtaining necessary health care for families and individuals, preserving the safety and stability of families, supporting educational opportunities, preserving home, protecting people with special vulnerabilities, protecting and supporting veterans, and assisting victims of disaster. According to the press statement, the Legal Aid Office has also confirmed the appointment of Fainulei Falfatu Alailimautu as Executive Director, a position he previously held from 2015 to 2020, prior to serving as Attorney General from 2021 to 2024, and that he returned as Executive Director in January 2025, focusing on providing free legal services to low-income and vulnerable residents of the territory. Currently, the Legal Aid Office has 1 part-time attorney and 4 legal support staff. While they seek to hire additional attorneys, challenges include federal funding cuts and a shortage of applicants, both locally and off-island. This issue also affects staffing at the Attorney General's office as well as the Public Defender's office. Furthermore, the Legal Aid is overseen by 5-member volunteer board of directors, including the chair Marian McGuire Ale, lawyers Christy Thaxton and Nathaniel Savali, and community advocates Safai Mamao, Tua Tupuola, and Larry Sanitoa. Counsel Chuck Greenfield, a founding member of the American Samoa Legal Aid Office, supports them. The Legal Aid Office dedicates its 10-year milestone to Terry Hartman Bollinger, who served as an assistant attorney general handling child protective services cases. Terry, instrumental in establishing the Legal Aid Office, passed away in July of last year in Michigan. Joyeta Fengay Mali with your news on KVZK.
In other news, Congresswoman Rifatali Al-Mu'amata recently visited Israel as part of a bipartisan delegation for meetings with national leaders, including Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
The visit coincided with the Holocaust Remembrance Day. While in Israel, the delegation also met with families of hostages taken during the attacks on October 7, 2023, and visited the U.S. Embassy, where they greeted the Marines on duty. The 8-member Congressional delegation, or CODEL, led by Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, began in London and also included visits to Jordan and Denmark for discussions with leaders in each country. According to the statement, the Congresswoman was particularly moved to be in Israel for the observance of Holocaust Remembrance Day, to remember all that the people of Israel and the Jewish community worldwide have endured over the past 2,000 years, especially during the horrors of the Holocaust in World War II. The Remembrance Day serves as a yearly memorial for the millions who lost their lives during the Holocaust and honors the bravery of the Jewish resistance, particularly the uprising that began on the 19th of April 1943, known as the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. The Congresswoman further noted that Israel is a key ally of the United States and an important democratic nation in the region, and that it was privileged to hear from Prime Minister and other leaders during their visit, adding that on past trips she has visited many significant Christian sites in the Holy Land and hopes for lasting peace and safety in this historic area. Joyeta Fengay Mali with your news on KVZK.
In our news from Apia, Samoa's Supreme Court has denied a travel application from a 74-year-old businessman, Roderick Ignatius Mackenzie, who faces charges related to importing methamphetamine. Mackenzie and 2 staff members are linked to Samoa's most significant drug seizure, involving around 10 kilograms of crystal methamphetamine confiscated on January 29th of this year. His defense counsel requested permission for him to travel to American Samoa for medical checks, offering a bond and guarantors for his return. However, police opposed the request, citing concerns about non-return and a lack of reciprocity arrangements. Justice Leutele Niaba Matatua Tangaloa denied the application, emphasizing the serious nature of the case, which is set for a hearing in September of this year. And finally, in our news for tonight from the region, the Fijian Immigration Ministry is concerned about the increasing number of foreign nationals overstaying their visas. Acting Permanent Secretary Leisiki Mawata Korvavala emphasized that many foreigners seek employment in Fiji. However, immigration laws prohibit unauthorized work. While the government aims to attract skilled professionals, compliance with these laws is essential for a regulated system. The outflow of Fijians is a challenge, prompting the government to consider revising laws to allow more overseas workers to address labor shortages. Korvavala urged those in a country without valid permits to regularize their status to avoid complications with re-entry. He also warned of action against those who are unlawfully residing in Fiji and urged employers to comply with regulations. Recently, over 7,500 work permits were issued, and incidents of workers absconding have raised alarms. Immigration Minister Viliame Naupoto has encouraged migrant workers to declare themselves if they overstay, with threats of deportation for non-compliance. Please stay tuned for your weather report coming up next. And that concludes tonight's edition of your KVZK TV News. Thanks for joining us. Tofa Seifua.